My dear friends, welcome to the Essentials of Inorganic Chemistry. I am your friend Dr. V.D. Bhatt, and presently I am discussing a chapter on safety and hygiene in chemical industry. This is the second talk in the series, and today I am going to discuss safety terminology in MSDS. Friends, MSDS is a short form for Material Safety Data Sheet. Safety terminology. Now, a wide variety of safety terminology is available in different literature. However, in the context of chemical industry, only the terminology related to the material safety is very important, and therefore I am going to discuss the safety terminology related to the materials. Now, an important term over here is Material Safety Data Sheet. It is abbreviated as MSDS. What is this MSDS? A data sheet containing details related to the identification of hazards related to material is supplied along with the chemical, and this data sheet is known as Material Safety Data Sheet. The material safety data sheet contains several informations. So I am listing broadly the informations, the type of informations available in the MSDS. The first one is related to the identification of the chemical. The second one is physical and chemical data of the material. Third one is fire and explosion hazard data. Then you have to provide reactivity data of the chemical. Next, health hazard data possible due to the chemical. Then in case of handling the material, what type of preventive measures need to be taken is also to be provided in terms of the preventive measures. The seventh item to be provided over here is the emergency and first aid measures. If at all an accident takes place, then what has to be done immediately is to be informed to the client. The eighth item over here is additional information and references. Means in addition to the mandated informations, the compulsory informations to be provided to the client, if at all the supplier or the manufacturer is having some more information about the material, then in this eighth column the supplier is supposed to provide that information. And also the references, all the research works or the relevant research work related to this material should be supplied as the reference. The ninth item is the informations of the manufacturer or the supplier. And finally, disclaimer also needs to be provided, because as I explained you in the first lecture that there are several properties of material which are known only, which becomes known only after an accident takes place. Therefore, as a disclaimer, the manufacturer or the supplier informs the client that in addition to all the informations provided over here, there is a possibility that there can be some other unknown property of the material that can cause an accident or a hazard. So now we will discuss these types of informations one by one in detail. Safety terminology related to the data supplied in MSDS. The first one we will discuss identity of the chemical. So for the purpose of identification of a chemical, following details are provided in the MSDS. The first one is the formula. Now the formula can be of two types. It can be an empirical formula and it can be a molecular formula. An empirical formula just gives the types of atoms in the molecule. So for example, if you have benzene, then you know that benzene is C6H6, but benzene contains only two different types of atoms, that is carbon and hydrogen. Therefore, only CH is the empirical formula for benzene, whereas when you provide the molecular formula, you will write it as C6H6. Then comes the synonym. In chemistry, you have several names for a chemical. For example, an acetone. Acetone is also known as dimethyl ketone or 2-propanone as per the IUPAC. Therefore, all these names are to be provided in the MSDS so that there is no confusion to the client. Next comes the trade name. Several chemicals are traded by names that are different from the IUPAC names. So some examples are like caustic soda for sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is traded as caustic soda in the market. In the same way, for hydrated sodium carbonate, we call it washing soda, and for the sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, it is known as baking soda. Therefore, in addition to the formula, name, you have to provide the synonym and then the trade name in order to make the things clear. Then comes chemical classification. Now, chemical classification can be done in different ways, but the broadest way of classifying is as organic or inorganic. That is the first classification that you have to provide. Then hazard wise classification has to be provided. This is like whether the compound is flammable, explosive, toxic, corrosive, reactive, infectious, oxidizing and radioactive, etc. Then comes the CAS number or CAS number. This is short form for Chemical Abstract Service Number. It is a unique number provided for identification of different chemicals. That is, different chemicals have different unique CAS numbers. For example, CAS number of acetone is 67-64-1, while for acetic acid it is 64-19-7. Next comes United Nations number, also known as UN number. So this is a 4-digit number and these are assigned to hazardous materials. So for example, trinitrophenol, 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, also known as picric acid, is a well-known explosive chemical, and in the UN number system it is assigned a 4-digit number 0154, and similarly for ammonia it is 1005. Next comes HAZCAM. Now HAZCAM is a warning plate. This is used in many countries including India. It contains Emergency Action Code, which is abbreviated as EAC. Now this Emergency Action Code, it gives the information about the action to be taken by the fireman in case of emergency or accident or fire. The other information like UN number, contact number of the specialist or an expert, then warning symbol and name or logo of the company is to be included in the HAZCAM warning plate, as I will be showing you in the figure. In the figure you can see that we will begin from the top left hand side. The first one, 3YE, it is the Emergency Action Code, abbreviated as EAC. So in case of accident, when the fireman comes, then they will have the decoding system for this Emergency Action Code, and according to the code they will decode it and they will take the action. Next comes the UN number, the 4-digit number for identification of hazardous chemicals. So the example is 1203, and this number has to be placed immediately below the Emergency Action Code on the left hand side, and at the bottom of the left hand side the contact number of the specialist in case of emergency has to be supplied. So this is the telephone number just for example. Then let us come to the right hand side. On the right hand side, the symbol has to be provided. This is a warning symbol, and you will see that in this symbol a picture of flame is given, and then it is written that flammable liquid. Then you come to the bottom right. Here the company name or logo is to be written. In this case it is written as ABC Chemicals Limited. So this is a sample hazard chem warning plate. Next we come to ADR number or ADR rather. The European Agreement concerning the international carriage of dangerous goods by road is abbreviated as ADR. Here agreement is A, dangerous is D and road is R. So now what happens if you are an industry or if you are a supplier of chemical, then perhaps it may happen that you have to export your product or the material to European countries, and the transport may require some carriage on the road. In that case, the vehicle that you are using should carry an ADR plate. So this ADR plate or rather ADR contains classification of hazardous substances and their packing, loading, unloading and transportation informations. This has to be provided. The hazard identification in ADR is similar to that of UN number, but in ADR if a substance is more hazardous, then the number is written 2 times. I will show you by example. And also a prefix X is given to the substances that react dangerously with water. Now I have provided a sample ADR plate, and here you will see that it is divided into 2 parts, and then the background has to be kept orange. The numbers have to be written in black fonts in a particular size. So at the top you will be writing the hazard identification number. So this is 33, means as I said in the discussion that if it is more hazardous, then you have to write the number 2 times. Then comes the lower part. Here you have to give the UN number. It is 1088. And if the material was reactive with water, then X was required to be written as a prefix to the hazard identification number. So this is the figure of sample ADR plate with black fonts and orange background. So we finish this lecture over here, and we will continue the discussion on the terminology in MSDS sheet in the coming lectures. So till then, thank you and goodbye.